Yeah, yeah. This we rolling with today, man.
All right.
Yo, it's nice tonight. This is episode 48, right, one.
Something like that. 48.
So check this out. It was a regular morning, right? I woke up, said my good mornings, then picked up my phone to check for important messages.
Yeah.
And like most mornings, my thumb accidentally
Hmm.
missed the Gmail icon and
Okay.
landed on TikTok.
Nice.
Before I knew it, I was about
Hmm.
8 scrolls in,
Yeah.
and the presenting post was a
Hmm.
woman whom, by some manipulation of gravity, was able to get both butt cheeks to applaud at the exact same time as a Trick Daddy song. I'm telling you,
In
I'm
that in
not
that type motion.
in that type motion.
Gotcha.
I'm not sure of what my facial expression was, but I believe it prompted the lovely lady next to me to ask at that exact same time, "Hey, what are you doing today?" To that question, I replied, "Well, I just working. I mean, working,
Working. Working.
working,
Working.
working. Yeah,
Yeah.
I
Me
working.
too.
Yeah."
Me too.
Episode 48 of the Sup'm Show. The title is Less Twerking, More Working. And the
Now
person that came up with,
the audio is good now.
okay, great,
Perfect.
fantastic. The person that came up with this topic isn't here yet. So
Oh, what's new? What's new? Hey, come,
but
hey, come,
but
hey,
but
come, hey,
on
come.
cue, ladies and gentlemen, Dr. Kent Bazard.
Dr. Kent, Lucy, and Bazard, always late as usual.
My apologies, gentlemen.
Yeah.
No excuse.
No need
None.
to apologize.
None.
Let me just drop in. Make sure that you subscribe to the Sup'm Show. We are live via YouTube every Sunday at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Time. So less twerking, more working. Doc, where you come with this, man? It was I didn't like the title "Twerking on TikTok." I really like that. So we discussed and we kind of changed the title. We went with one that you submitted. Less twerking, more working. Where you going with this today?
Yeah, where you go? Yeah, where you going with this? You.
Yeah, because I'm anti twig and you guys are all pro twig, so everything cool. So I by myself, I get it. Everything cool.
Tyson,
I
you're
think
saying he try to throw us under the bus
Instantly
just
throw us
now,
under
yeah.
the
And
bus.
that's not even
Yeah,
true.
I know
Yeah,
y'all
I'm
ain't on
trying
my
to work
side.
too, but your
before y'all
topics,
try
man.
before y'all try to gang up on me,
Yeah, I don't care.
gang.
I fight alone. He's a lone wolf.
Right? Come on,
Okay,
man.
so where I'm going with this is, by the way, happy birthday, Patricia Bazard.
Oh, happy birthday! I will have my. You need to warn me before you post this. I have to make sure my glasses
Yeah, man.
are
So
ready.
you guys then start. Listen. So here's where I'm going with this. All right. So in my opinion, let's start with the history. All right, and Dyson will correct me because Dyson is the real dance expert.
Dyson is a pre-war veteran. It's working.
I received that.
But I've been fortunate. And speaking of Patricia Bazard, I've been
Yes.
very fortunate to see not only my own culture but other Black Caribbeans culture, other Africans culture, South America. Lots of I've been exposed to a lot of different cultures, a lot of different types of dance. Because he's talking specifically about dance, and as well as music and other folk traditions and stuff like that. All because of my mom. My mom was she worked for the Ministry of Culture. She was a senior officer at the Ministry of Culture, and therefore we traveled a lot. And we went to a
Yes.
lot of cultural festivals. We went to a lot of even cultural arts competitions. So we went to a lot of stuff like that, and I got to see a lot. We got to work. Even we did workshops with some of these people and all when we went to these places. You know, when I went with the dance company as a drummer, we did some workshops with like the natives, what do you call the Aboriginals from Australia. We got to do some working with those guys. We got to work with a Chinese troupe. We got to do a whole lot of great stuff. So I'm very thankful for all of that. So saying all of that to say that what we call twerking is legitimate traditional folk dance, primarily from Western and Central Africa. Correct, Dyson? So this is so.
I call it nice, just like you, bro.
Hey, Dyson,
But
hold on.
yeah.
No, hey, you want to throw us under the bus at the get go of the show, right? And then want to report
Hey,
5 minutes
out.
in. No,
Go
sir.
ahead.
Go ahead, bro.
Anyway, so it is traditional dance.
Yeah,
All
whatever.
right?
Yes.
This is not something that some chick on the side of the road in New York invented, right? This is straight from our ancestors and ancient tradition. We know that our people are very uh what's the word? Sexual people? What's the word? We're very sexual, potent, sexually
Sensual.
right? Our dances, our dances, our traditions are a lot of it is based around sex, okay,
Arguably,
and being able to produce children. You know, as somebody who has a man that has a lot of children in a lot of those tribes and stuff is somebody who was very, you know, prominent, very powerful. So anyway, um, here's the thing though. So when it kind of resurfaced, and I did a little reading over the past week, and it kind of resurfaced in the early '90s through hip hop, and of course through hip hop, and the trend wasn't crazy popular at first, and then it continued to grow, and just it comes from a well, I heard two origins for the term, right?
Mhm.
Because they don't call it, of course, they don't call it twerking in Africa, right? But um, I heard two origins for the term. One is it comes from the term two dancing styles put together, twist and jerk, and so they call it twerk. Yeah, a contraction of those two words.
Sure.
And then another explanation I heard is that twerk is short for.
Show me that again. Do that. Do with twist and jerk look like again.
According to Dr. Kent Bazard, not me or you, Dyson, according to him, twist and jerk.
Twist and jerk. Okay, go ahead, Ken.
Go ahead, Kent.
Yeah, the two words come together. This
Yeah,
is
right. Twist and jerk and twist.
the technical.
And you gotta do the twist and jerk together at the same time. So,
no, go ahead.
Can you demonstrate? Can you demonstrate?
No, go ahead.
No lie.
I said no, bro.
Oh, my bad. Come on, man.
All right. So twist and jerk or to work. I don't really believe that one. Nevertheless, so that's the origin of the word. Now, let's call what happens today modern twerking. Let's call it that.
Okay.
If I may.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then invent a term on the fly. Let's call it modern twerking.
Modern.
Yeah.
Twerking.
Here is my problem.
Yeah.
My problem is, number one, since it is a dance that has a lot of sexual connotation to it, automatically implied, and there is no way to deny this, I don't think it's cool for underage girls to be doing it on social media. That is my problem. If we're really going to be real about this kind of stuff, and we're gonna get it. I'm gonna get deeper on that in a second. But if you're really gonna get real about this kind of stuff, the truth is that type of movement. The reason why we like it, there's a reason why we like to see it. It makes us feel a certain way. It makes us feel a certain way.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So, and we're roughly decent men. So if
bro, I am all the way a decent man, sir.
Nah, bro, be part of the sick.
I'll receive it.
Oh, yeah, I forgot that. Go ahead.
Roughly.
I know you forgot. So
I don't know where you take it.
There's some real scumbags out there, and there's some dudes out there who'll probably kill on sight, right?
Yeah.
Who watch this type of stuff. What do you expect them to see and react to when they see that, right? So nowadays, when traditionally it was done for the purpose of attracting a mate. That was the purpose. The purpose was to show that, one, I'm a fit female, I'm an attractive female, I'm a potent, and I'm ready to procreate. That was the purpose.
Yep.
Right? So now we turn it into fun. Okay, cool. It's a little fun. We're doing it with more clothes on or less clothes on, depending on where you are. You know, the music changed a little bit, but it's still pretty much the same thing. But the problem is you're still simulating sexual action. And let's just broaden the twerk. Let's just move away from twerking for a minute. Now, by twerking, we mean legs in the air, butt gyration, that type of stuff. We was talking about this earlier this week. I think it was a warning. I was talking to it.
That's a
But
bionic twerk this week.
the
Yeah, that's a bionic twerk.
culture, the Caribbean culture of what we call wine,
Yep.
right? Pretty
Mhm.
much the same thing, you know. It's pretty much the same thing, same concept.
Mhm.
These are two persons who are uh, sharing what? It's not just a dance, and that's what people used to tell me, and that's what they used to say in Trinidad. In Trinidad, they say, "Man, it's just a wine," and it's true. In their culture, it is just a wine. They will whine on you, throw their leg up on your shoulder,
And it
rub
don't
their
mean nothing past that.
and it don't mean a thing. And then they'll go do it to the next guy. And
Yeah.
then and me as when I went out there as a Bahamian, I had to get over that real quick because Bahamians like to own pretty girls.
Yeah.
So once we saw pretty girls, and we had them for a couple seconds winding up on them, that's my pretty girl, right? That's our culture. So when that pretty girl go and bend over for the next guy, I'm like, hey, what the hell? What's going on? Like, what happened? Why are you doing that with that guy? And you had to get over that quick because that's their culture. It's no big deal.
Right.
And they will see you the next day and act like they don't know you. Not say a word. Like you try to talk to them on the street, like in the mall, say, "Hey, remember me and you wind up last night?" They don't want to talk to you. They don't like you. They're not attracted to you. It's just a wine. So I'm saying that's their culture. Fine. And the culture and the purpose has kind of changed. But my point still remains. When you insert social media into the whole vibe, all right? And when you have young girls, scantily clad, mostly underage, on social media, usually with their back to the camera, and doing this type of motion that tells the primitive version of me to get ready for sex, right?
Right.
So a young girl doing that on social media for everybody to see for clicks and likes. I think number one, not only is it a waste of time because it takes up a lot of these guys' time. If you scroll down some of these girls' TikTok account, it's just pure back shots, straight through, back shots, back shots, back shots. And it's like, yo, I mean, I don't even want to see your butt no more. Like, I don't even care about your butt anymore. I've already seen it. Like, it's no big deal now. You understand what I'm saying? So
I understand what you're saying.
it's degrading. It's disruptive. It's distracting, and it's dangerous in a certain scenario. I think it's dangerous.
That's pretty much the whole show right there, though, Ken. And
That's
so
pretty much what
let's break it. But there's some key points that
Thanks
you
for
made.
coming, y'all. Next week
Yeah, I
topic.
know, right? See, when you introduce the that point that young girls, underage, I think is what you said, underage girls on social media twerking, that being a no. And let me just jump to some. I got a response from three professional dancers, actually.
Mm-hmm.
And
No,
all
hold
three
on now. Hold on.
female.
Look at this boy eyebrow already going up. Hold on. Now, when you said not you, the one who just finished talking, Kent Lazard.
Okay.
Listen. So when you say professional dancers, right? You need to specify where you're coming from, because look here, people who swing up and down a pole for money, they ain't professional dancers. They strippers.
Somehow.
So what are we talking about here?
They're not professional one. You didn't need professionals.
No,
You have some
that's like
trained
every chick on Instagram would take a selfie, so there's the model. Same shit.
one, but you
Yeah.
have do you realize that stripping or pole dancing is a new trend? That
No.
there's a pole dancing class on
That's
most
nice.
street
They're
corners
trying
right
to
now.
become a sport, bro.
They are
Okay.
trying. You see, they at that point. So to say that you are professional, you have
Yeah.
people that are training other people to pole
Uh-huh.
dance. So there
So
is some type of and you make money.
they're gonna get a diploma for passing a pole dance class.
Literally,
I
bro,
feel like
and a trophy of a girl pulling a pole upside down.
I feel like if you do, I feel like if you do something for money on a regular
Yeah,
basis,
that's profession.
especially if it's one of your main sources of income,
That's professional.
you're a professional.
Yeah,
But hold on, not to take
I
you
get
off
what you're
your
saying.
point, right?
Mhm.
Not to take you off your point, Dyson. But let me just interject right there. All of this, what we're talking about right here, it always comes back down to the same thing. Men. It comes back down to the men, and I'm going to tell you why.
Another point. You rushing.
So when
Hold on.
can't when,
Don't go there yet, man.
Go ahead.
go ahead.
Don't
Go
go
ahead,
there.
Dyson. Dyson, get your rocks off first. I'm
Don't go
gonna
yet. Don't go
I'm
there.
gonna come back with it.
It was
Don't
very
go there.
brief. See, I was just saying that when you say underage girls, and that's a great segue into what you were about to introduce. The
Right.
issue is that all three professional dancers who get
Mhm.
paid to either they are fire dancers. One teaches ballet, jazz, and tap to children is one of the dancers that responded, and another one has their own summer dance camps. And all three of them agree that twerking is not for children, and that is they base it on the same fact what Dr. Kent Bazard just said. It's because it is a sexual dance, and they have the understanding that every dance has a story, and every dance tells a story. You have some African dances, tribal dances, I will say. But anyway, I won't get into the depth of the different type of dances.
Even of dance for war.
Bongi shaking, yes. We right now we're talking about bongi shaking, and a bongi shaking dance, as Dr. Kent Prasad stated earlier, is meant to attract a mate. Now, the problem is, and it's a huge problem, because underage girls can't mate or aren't supposed to even look at an underage girl and have the thought in your mind that this girl can be mated is foul.
Right. And this is why I don't want to go on that point yet. But this is it's extremely deceptive. Let's talk about not deceptive, but help me with a word. Help me out with a word later. But if you have, again, young females who are doing these actions, these activities, these movements, portraying it to the world, and then other females in their age group, as well as adult females, expect for all men, young men, middle-aged and older men, to look at these young females and not react, not have any type of reaction to it. And I think that is one absurd. Or they'll get a certain type of attention, and we talked about this before. They'll get a certain type of attention, and then when they get the attention, is a problem. But you're doing the stuff that calls for that attention. So when you get the attention, you can't have a problem with it.
Yeah, that's like stabbing somebody in the foot and expecting them not to scream. It hurts.
Or walk.
Yeah.
Right. So
yeah,
and this is way different. This is way different from just walking down the street in a short skirt, and that's inviting enough. But you actually in the short skirt with your butt to the camera, and swinging it around. So what do you expect when this? What kind of respect do you? How do you expect to be treated as a female who does that? Like, how do you expect to be treated? You really expect to be respected?
Let me answer that, because I did in my research. I saw there was a Russian lady doing. I believe she's Russian. Sorry if I mistake where you're from. She did a TED talk, as well as Lizzo did a TED talk on twerking. And they, along with the dancers that I spoke to, all agree and state that twerking makes them feel good. Liberated, free. Right? Exactly. Point on. Spot on a one. Now, I
freedom comes with a cost, right? But go ahead.
I dug deeper into that freedom that they were feeling, um, and the fun that they say is, you know, how much fun it is. But Lizzo said something that I thought kind of brought it all together to me. And she said, is because you can feel your sexuality. I enjoy feeling my sexuality. I enjoy feeling as though I look good, feeling as though there is something about me that the world appreciates or the universe appreciates. And
When they get the appreciation, they don't want it though.
because the appreciation and that has to do, I think, with what Juan is going to introduce, why that appreciation isn't welcome. However, I find it a bit, how would I say, um, a blend of stupid ignorance, right? to to do something and want to control the reaction of something that is totally out of your control.
Correct.
You see what I'm
100%.
saying? So you cannot tell somebody else. You can tell your body how to react, how you can tell yourself how to react to certain stimulation, but you can't tell something or someone else how
This
to react. You can
that's
train
the
them,
biggest
maybe.
problem in the world right now, Dyson.
Yes, yes, it's
People
huge.
want to tell you how you're supposed to react to something, and that
This
is
goes, this goes back to, can't remember when we was younger and we had little beefs with certain individuals, right? If you do
I like
something to one of us back in the day, right?
Mhm,
You can't tell us when to stop looking for you, when to stop beefing.
mhm.
We gonna stop beefing, man. We think we had enough. You already put it out there, and now when you get the reaction that you really want, now you tired of it? No, it don't work that way. It stops when we say, okay, we had enough.
Mhm.
Now to touch on my point, I still won't even go deep into it, but and there was a comment made here a while ago, I think, where Anne says that men need to have self control. Let me address that. A woman should be able to walk by what my naked and men should have self control. Agreed, we should have self control. But let's not sit here and kid each other like we're children here. You guys are walking by in that attire for the thing that y'all value the most over air, food, and life itself, which is called attention.
But Dyson, Warren, here's my problem. That's like me saying I should be able to sleep with my door open and not get robbed. Like
Hey,
that
hold on.
doesn't
I'm going there.
it doesn't make no sense.
I got you. I got you. Right. So what I'm really trying to say is that every action has a reaction, whether it be negative or positive. And once again, you can't tell everybody how to react. And whether you want to say to yourself that, oh, I ain't the one that caused it. Of course you caused it, because you can't assume that everybody has self-control. You can't assume that, because we do have lunatics and maniacs out here that don't have self-control. And the thing, what happens is that if you're with your man, right, and you are a provocative dresser and you with your man, you put your man in a very funny situation sometimes when people want to approach with no self-control.
Yep.
And that's real talk. Because let's be honest, if something break out, y'all can't fight. Y'all can't fight. I don't care what y'all can't fight. And then y'all look to us to protect y'all in a situation that could have been avoided from jump if you would just wear something. Let's reveal.
Hey, Warren, even if you could fight and you
Oh,
wearing those and you wearing those clothes,
this is close to victim blaming. I'm gonna continue on. I wanted to fit. I wanted to elaborate a little bit more on that. Go ahead, Ken.
no, I was gonna say just on your point about fighting, even if you could fight, if you're
Yeah,
not dressed if you're not dressed appropriately, you're not gonna be very effective.
exactly.
Case in point, watch two girls who half dressed, half naked fight,
See what
and
happens.
see what happens. They
Yeah,
they they, they can't fight because they doing this because the stuff pop out, so they got to do it. So I'm saying I'm not saying, and this is I don't we don't want to be mistaken here.
okay, got
And,
you.
and I meant to say mistaken. We don't want to be
Yeah,
mistaken, right? Um, um, we're not saying that you can't dress how you want. You can dress how you want. You
exactly.
want to walk down the street naked? Walk down the street naked.
Don't
But
be surprised with the results you receive.
if I walk down East Street 2 o'clock in the morning with big chain on, and niggas doesn't know me around there, dude, You
Yeah.
get, you get. What do you mean?
No,
What
no,
am
no,
I
no,
supposed to
no. But
say?
guess what, though?
Yeah,
That's your chain and
that
your
should
feet.
have
You can do what you
self-control.
want.
They should have
That's
self-control.
self-control,
They should
man. You should
not
have
allow
self-control.
you to take your
You're
chain
absolutely, you're
because they
absolutely
know it's
crazy.
illegal.
So this is back to the point again. I'm back to the point of the show. As far as social media is concerned, if you're talking about a dance class, if you're talking about a stripper who I consider professional, and if you're talking about
Thank
dance
you,
video,
Ruckus. It's common sense.
talk about
Absolutely.
dance video, professional dancer, whatever, cultural show, that's a whole different story. The trend we're talking about on this show and the point that we're addressing on this show is more twerking, less working, meaning, sorry, less twerking, more working.
Hey, Dyson, he flip, he
I
flip,
like
he
it.
flip,
I
he
like it.
slip up.
I like it. I know,
The
hey,
two,
just
the
like
two
my
Hey,
things up.
intro.
The
hey,
two things
clip
up.
that,
The two
hey,
things
I
up.
mean, I
clip
mean,
that, hey,
work
clip
it, work
that
it.
clip right there, boy. Hey, Dyson, that boy say,
I should have had him up in
more twerking, less working. He said,
See, that's why Ruckus got to tell the way the truth.
what?
Can't agree. That's sign Kenny.
I'm saying though, listen, man, I'm not gonna sit there and pretend like an attractive female twerking is not attractive. I'm not gonna I'm not gonna sit there and lie to you all. Okay, that's
Ooh,
just that's crazy. I'm not gonna just lie. That's lie. Okay.
yeah.
However, all I'm saying is, I feel like, I'm lumping. I'm using for the purpose of this show. I'm using twerking. Listen, I'm using
I'm listening,
twerking.
boy.
Yeah, go ahead, go ahead, go ahead.
I'm using a broad. I'm making up a broad definition for twerking. Right. I'm talking about all the winding up and dancing and sexual stuff that young girls do on social media, underage or not. Some of them young enough, 19, 20, 21. You don't have nothing in your life yet. You got OnlyFans though. You got TikTok with a bunch of followers looking at your butt. Uh, and that's my point. If we're grooming our women to be that and to think that that's actually you actually should get the same level of respect that say my brother's wife who is a ambassador to the kingdom of Denmark or some crap like that. She's ambassador extraordinaire to the kingdom of something, right?
Mm-hmm.
On the other side of the world. That's a huge accomplishment, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you trying to tell me you on the same level with that woman? Like y'all are the same? I think that's kind of crazy. And you can't expect to get the same type of respect that person gets. You can't
But,
expect that when you're showing your butt. You
bro,
can't.
Unjust.
all that
Unjust.
right there, all that right there, what you said, it sounds great to us. It sounds honorable to us. But they don't care for none of that, bro. You know why they don't care for none of that? Because for every man like us that tries to bring common sense to this equation and make sense of this, right? There are 10 million other men that's not like us that'll pay money to see them drop it like it's hot, if that's even a term anymore.
As far as they're concerned, they the only
No,
fun.
You
you
know,
know what I
They
heard
think
the
it's
other
fun.
day, what?
huh?
You know what I heard the other day?
What's that?
This guy was analyzing this woman actually was debating another woman.
Mm-hmm.
The other woman had OnlyFans, and they were analyzing the demographics of her OnlyFans.
Mm-hmm.
And the OnlyFans girl made a comment about older, disgusting men, and all they want is young, pretty women, and they're creeps and blah blah blah. And she said, "I bet you that most of the demographic of your OnlyFans page."
Yep.
And they went to her OnlyFans page and they looked at it, and most of those men, or what the same ugly, disgusting men she's talking about, is the same men who paying her the money to, for OnlyFans. You see what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
you're attracting the same men that you disgusted by. They're the men you're gonna
Well,
attract.
listen, but let's be honest. They'll take your money all day.
Of course, they can take the money.
Listen,
All day.
taking your simp ass niggas' money, right? Have nothing to do with them actually respecting you as a person. And that's what the majority of men, like what you said earlier, Kent, I'm gonna touch on it right now, right quick. Um, when you said that twerking was originally, or not twerking, a tribal dance was originally, invented back in the cultures or whatever to find a mate. This is their modern way of finding mates. See, they're saying marry nobody. They doing the same thing.
Loosely, mate. I
Look,
wouldn't say mate. That's
But they
money.
deny that. They deny that one.
That's my. I think it's more. Yeah, it might be, hold on, it might be used to find a mate, right? To attract someone that they like.
I don't mean mate to marry, you know.
I
I
understand what you're
don't
saying.
mean mate to.
I
I'm
understand what
going
you're saying.
mate to pay.
Yeah, no, yeah. But see, I have to play devil's advocate here
Yeah, go ahead.
to defend the women's thing. Not all if there's a room full of men and there's one woman and she's a wholesome woman. Let's say she's a doctor. She know how to dance though. And she decides that she wants to use this opportunity because she's single and she's tired of being single. She wants to attract she's already picked out which one of these guys she likes. Out of 10 men, that's it. Out of 10, she already knows which one she likes. So, like a bird call or a mating call, she starts to twerk. And her twerking is not meant for 9 of those 10 fellas, it's meant for one. You see what I'm saying? So you can't really say
But
that.
Dyson, Dyson,
Yes,
Dyson, Dyson,
yes, yes,
Dyson.
yes.
You cannot, you cannot use one of them big fishing trawler to catch one fish.
Mm-hmm.
So you're only trying to catch one fish with that fishing trawler.
Okay, it's
You need a targeted approach. You need a spare. You need a targeted approach.
it's
That's how men approach women with a spare, right? So we have the spare. We see that woman there. That's what we want. Boom. If that don't work, we miss. Okay, no problem. Where's the next one? Boom.
Well,
We
can't
don't walk. Well,
pause.
other than people
Hold
like
on,
one. Other
hold on,
than
hold
one.
on, hold on,
Hold on.
hold on.
Other than one. One is a different type of animal, right? One will walk in the room and take off his shirt, and then all the women attracted to, see what kind of attention he get.
No,
Me
this
on
is
the
just
true.
opposite.
This is true. This is true.
You know what I'm saying? I know what I'm saying, bro. I know exactly what I'm saying. You know what I know you. Now the rest of us got to work hard and we got to have all kind of
Jesus
tactics. This guy, all he got to do is, show his arms a little bit, and that's it.
He's so
Christ.
dreamy.
I wanted to make 2 points. On what we've already said. The first point is I want to be respectful to all professions and say that like pole dancing, sex work is also real work. If a woman decides to take her body and sell it for money, that's her prerogative. Okay? Um, we're not going to get in that. I think what we're putting towards, especially being fathers, we are. Are you for
You're
real?
cutting in and out. Yeah,
Can you hear me now?
I can hear you now.
Because I have no idea why I cut in and out. Okay, I'll just talk louder.
There you
We,
go.
as fathers, I have no
Perfect.
idea why. Well, hold on, I'm losing train of thought now. As fathers, we would want our daughters to at least, at the very least, understand that certain actions bring about certain reactions,
Yes.
right? Um, so that's one point. Sex work is real work. We don't want our daughters to get into it, but I wouldn't go out there and shame someone else who's actually doing well in business. So big up to all them who have your OnlyFans making big money. You ain't making none of my money. And that's just how it is. And that's a good point too, that they're not making your money on Kent's money or my money. Because I go to Empire Fitness. I don't need to spend money to drop people. Just putting that out there. Also, the second point I wanted to make is that twerking is as innocent as the doer and the viewer. Twerking is as innocent as the doer or the viewer. We said, I think we mentioned that some women, and I would say most women, grown women, are aware of their sexuality. They know what they're doing,
Yeah.
right? They're very aware.
Some young women too.
Even, yeah, but here's the flip side of that. Men know what we're doing too. We would
I don't know.
say,
I don't know what I'm doing,
I
bro.
would liken it. I no, I
I
if
don't
I
know
go
what
in
that.
the gym in some gray pants, I know what I
I,
do.
I know what you're doing, bro. I don't
Some
wear
gray
gray pants. I
sweats.
don't wear gray pants.
If 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 if
I
I
understand.
if I
I
drive down
what Dyson
Miami, if
said.
I drive down Miami, uh, uh, Deco Drive in a Ferrari with the
Yeah.
top down, cheesing, nobody else
Yeah.
inside my car, that's a
Yeah.
flex. I know
But
what I
guess
do.
what, Dyson? That's only a selective few of men can pull that off. That's the big difference there.
No, but hold on. I see in some old fellas too.
No,
Let's
no, no,
stop
no, no,
that.
no, 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 no. I'm not talking about an age bracket here.
Okay.
They can be old or young. I say a selective group of men can pull that off. When I say selective, right, what I'm talking about is maybe they make a certain amount of money.
Yeah.
Okay. They carry themselves a certain way. They drive a particular type of vehicle. They dress a certain type of way. They carry themselves with class or with just, I'm the shit. Every man can pull that off. The difference is that it don't matter how the female look, she can pull that off. You don't know why? Because there's always someone out there to save her.
Mm.
Plain and simple.
Let's jump on sexuality real quick.
But before you move from that point,
Go ahead.
just to add to that point, the reason why what Juan is saying is accurate is because men, for the most part,
We have to work for us.
well, yes, but for the most, look at your 2 points you all just made. For the most part, right? And this is generally speaking,
Mhm.
men are attracted to a woman's beauty, and women are attracted to a man's like his aura, his power,
Yep.
his status.
Yep.
Ability
You
to
see what I'm saying?
provide security.
Or at the very
Yes.
least, his potential of status, right?
Yeah.
So I mean, and nothing's wrong with that. There's nothing.
That's how
I'm
it
not saying
is.
anything is wrong with that.
That's just how it is.
Some women have status and some men have beauty, but is that's generally speaking, that's what it is.
Right.
And this is the same. Hold on. This is the same reason why, right? A man, but let me tell you how much a woman values status, right? Peep game here. A man could have the highest status in the world, and if we find a Burger King worker attractive, we'll step to her and date her. Right or wrong, gents?
Right.
We don't care about no degrees. She could have more degrees than the thermometer. I don't care. Okay? We don't care where she come from. We don't care about none of that. Now, you could reverse the situation. Once a woman creates a situation where she's established, whether it be money wise, business wise, CEO, you best believe she got to date somebody that's almost a CEO or making almost what she making or above. Ain't no way she going down. And the only time she accepts to go backwards is when the dudes that's on her level ain't checking for her no more. That's facts.
I believe, and I agree with Hans. It's a generalization. There are a few women, and there are some women that I know that have it all together, bro, and they assist the man that they're with their
Mhm.
that's
Yeah.
and but then you speak into that woman being able to see the potential in that man. And don't
We're not
let that
talking about
man
all here. So
let that
we're just
man
generally
yeah,
speaking. We're not
let
talking about
that
all.
man treat her
Generally speaking.
treat her
Generally
right,
speaking.
and then he would be good to go, right? But here's I want to talk about sexuality before we run out of time.
The
Because
rocket.
because the reality is, and black women have to deal with this a lot, and I know a lot of stuff about it. I'm probably not trying to get into it, but
What's that?
black women have this issue.
Speak up, bro.
Pretty,
Speak up. Speak up.
can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Black women have this issue. Beautiful women have this issue too. You can't help how pretty you are. You see what I'm saying? As
Mhm.
well as you can't help how shapely you are.
Mm-hmm.
Now you can wear a dress that don't show nothing on you,
Mm-hmm.
right? And walk down the street, and a man's mind, or even a woman's mind in 2022, would look at you and be like, "Whoa, she buying it, right? She is sexy." And we already said that sexy means someone who I would like to have sex with. That's what the word sexy means. So whenever you say something is sexy, that's what you're talking about, right?
So if you see a car driving on, you be like, damn, that's a sexy car.
Sexy,
You
yes.
wanna
Oh
okay,
yeah,
okay.
all in the
All right,
tailpipe. So what I'm saying
gotcha,
is,
gotcha.
so what I'm saying is, a woman could
Ouch.
walk down the street and just walking in, especially in these summer dresses, and the booty shaking.
Yeah.
It's working from a walk. You understand? And she's not looking for any attention. That's just the
Bro,
way her body
this guy
is.
said, no, bro. No.
She can wear
I ain't gonna let you do
she
that.
can
I ain't
wear
gonna let you get away with that one. Go ahead.
she
Go.
could be of the culture that where they wear only show their eyes, bro,
Dyson,
and walk down the street and have sex appeal.
you know, like I know, like Dr. Kent Bazar here know, and most men should know. Like you say before, a woman knows when she has sex appeal, bro.
She knows,
A woman spends
but she
time
can't
in that
help it.
mirror. Listen, a woman spends more time in that mirror than me.
Yeah, but she can't help it though,
Okay?
man. Is what I'm saying.
No, right, can't. No, none of them spend more time in the mirror than me. I gotta look right. Anyway, like I'm saying, right? Listen, she knows when she has a walk, bro. She knows that.
Bro, let
And
me
they buy clothes accordingly. Listen, they buy clothes accordingly to fixate on the body part that's highlighted. I am telling you, bro.
Both of
Take
y'all
off.
right.
yes,
Both
in
of
a
y'all, both
lot
of
of
y'all kind of right.
cases,
Both of y'all
Juan.
right.
What I'm trying to speak to, I'm trying to speak to the balance of it. There are women who could shop. Two women shop at Shein's, get the exact same dress. One got a big bungie, one don't. The dress is going to look different on the one with the big bungie, but both of them bought the dress.
And the
And
one with
when
the one with the big butt, it's gonna buy. It's not gonna buy the dress that fits her, which she should. Just bro,
I
she
okay,
won't.
okay. Let me just. I
She
can leave
won't.
that one alone. I can leave that one alone. Here's the thing.
I
Here's
think
here's
both of
here's the
y'all,
point I
both of
was
y'all
getting.
kind of right. I think both of y'all right. I think both of y'all right. To be quite
Because
honest, I think both of y'all
some
right.
women do use it to their advantage. I'm not debating that.
Bro,
And some
but I ain't
women
even
can't
talking
help
about you
it.
today advice. You get nothing, you know. Listen, they ain't getting nothing out of the deal except attention. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. Okay. So here's my point. Here's my point. I wrote this down. I said twerking is fun as as a toddler in a white walled room with a permanent marker.
What?
With a
Twerking
what?
is
What?
as fun.
What?
Watch this.
Speak up, speak up,
Twerk,
speak up, speak up.
Twerking is as fun as a toddler would have in a white walled room with a permanent marker. You you put a toddler in a room with a permanent marker and all the walls are white, right?
Yeah.
That is a dangerous little child. So the walls is going to get marked up. So when a woman is shaped a certain way and she knows it, or
A
when a
wall's
woman
gonna get
is
marked up
simply a
too.
woman,
A wall's gonna get marked up too, right?
what I'm saying is she has a lethal weapon. Let me read on. See, black people and women especially are so removed from their magic that we're just like toddlers. We're armed with power, but we have no clue or no faith in that power.
Okay.
Don't know how to use it, so we end up getting used. So, like twerking, like Dr. Bazad said earlier,
Everyone under there.
the purpose of it is to attract a mate, attract a mate. But when we don't know the purpose of it, and these things come from what we've developed as an intelligent life form throughout the course of all humanity. And we end up in 2000, well, we end up at whichever point we say, we're going to use this booty shaking dance to attract a mate. That's a reason why they use that, because it makes a man, it attracts men. Simple as that. You shake your bongi, it's going to attract men. So twerking is meant to attract a mate. However, people twerking on TikTok now, twerk talk, expect to use this dance that over the course of humanity has been developed, has been recognized, I would say recognized, not developed, recognized as the way to attract a mate, and expect to not attract a mate, expect to not get that type of sexual attention from a man. I expect to not be sexualized. And see, that is like expecting a 1-year-old to sit down and eat their food with a spoon and not make a mess. It's gonna get messy, ladies and men, whoever is twerking and not expecting to get
And Dyson Nice should know
sexualized.
because his last song is called what?
Shake that up.
That's a hard song, by the way.
Thank you,
That
sir.
song is hard.
Thank
All
you,
right.
sir. Right? And I wrote that down too, because the first line in that song, the very first line in that song, in the verse, Don't come looking if you don't want to see. Don't come looking if you don't want to see. You see what I'm saying? So yes, like
That's a
God
night for
said,
the win, y'all.
man, that's understand.
Yeah. Don't come looking if you don't want to see, man. Come on.
Yeah,
Stop.
if you don't, so they say that men should have some self control, but women also have the knowledge,
Yeah.
and women should have some self control when you see the dude rolling down in the Ferrari.
Yeah, we should all have self control.
We should all
Women should
have
Exactly.
have
self
self
control.
control
Because we're
too.
adults.
You feel me? Well, so I wanted to I pretty much got I like to shout out Kibano, the dance who gave me the information, as well as Zerly and Shireen. They add some really nice content to my thoughts.
Yeah. Yeah.
But let's start to wrap it up, Jets. We have 45 minutes in. Let's hit them final points.
Well, I'll start it off since this is my topic. But this
You want to
topic,
close it out?
okay, I'll close it up.
All right. One, want me to go first? You?
Yeah. Go first.
All right. Let me see which one of these things. I I'm gonna I'm gonna put it as simple as possible. But let me say what Reba Kibana said. As a dancer, she just sees twerking as a dance, whereas she feels people watching may see it as showing off. Watchers may not have the confidence to get on the dance floor. And that kind of points that she isn't even thinking that it's men watching. She's thinking it might be women watching too. They're twerking and be like, oh, she this and she that. And they may just be jealous. You see what I'm saying?
Of course.
And in her mind, it also speaks to she's just dancing. She's an adult. She can just dance. Twerking is for the right place, she says, the right place and time. A formal banquet may be the wrong place. She says that, right? She also says that she sees it as a way to have fun at a party or
Who says
club.
this?
Kibana,
Who's
Kibana
that?
the dancer, Kibana the dancer, as a way to have fun at a party or club. But twerking on
Okay.
social media, she feels, is for attention.
You found
She
it.
says this. She says, and she ends with, "It's a big no to kids twerking. It's an adult dance." She says, "It's for adults only." She says she doesn't want to see. She doesn't want any guys looking at her daughter shaking her butt. So my final thought, I'll pull from her and just say that back to twerking is as innocent as the doer and the viewer. And if you don't want to see it, close it down. Close your eye.
Hmm.
Go ahead.
So, yeah, for all the women out there, now don't get me wrong. They're your kids. Y'all can do what y'all want to do with your kids. I ain't trying to tell nobody how to raise their own kids because I'm a role model for my kids and my kids only, and possibly people that are closest to me. But to a total stranger out there, I give a damn what you what you do in your personal life, and that's just real. All right, but let's not sit here and kid ourselves. And I'm always touch back and bring the blame right back to men. I have to. I have to hold men accountable the same way how we hold females accountable when some shit like this pop off. Okay. Now you could have a twerking video going on or whatever, photos, video, shorts, whatever you may call it. Let's really ask ourselves, is that video worth anything if men don't pay attention to it? Probably not. Because if you look in those comment sections, you may see a little, you know, comment here and there from other females saying things like, girl, go, you this, you that, go ahead, queen, all that other silly shit. But you know what you see more of? I want to marry you. Meet up. You know, and then another thing we have to always look for too. Not one time the person who make the video even comments back. Hardly. So you mean to tell me we as men, right? We became so far gone in society, and it's been going on for a while. Yes, it ain't just this ain't just recent. We can go back 10 years ago, it's been this way. The problem is, right? The majority of men out here, you all value a piece of ass so much that you're ready to crash out for it. And when I say crash out, risk it all. That's what I mean when I say crash out. All right? To the point that your mind not even your own. Are you that thirsty that you're willing to crash out for a total stranger online who don't even in your city, even in your country? Giving portion of your mortgage and rent and car payment to a total stranger who don't even say, well, thank you, blah, blah. I mean, that shit is crazy. Okay? And to keep in mind, like, how long do you keep that up with self and feel good as a man? Like, that's crazy. That's nuts to me. I can, and Ken will tell you, we roam mad clubs back in the day, all over the place, over here, over there. And one thing we always had in common, we didn't really give attention like that. You could ask him right now, straight up. We never cared how pretty you look. We never cared who you're rolling with. We walk by you like you don't exist. Why? Not because you wasn't attractive, not because you didn't have a good body, none of that stuff there. Because we were just into what we got going on, what we got going on. All right? And the reason why we were like that, because it keeps us out of the bullshit. It kept us out of the bullshit, bro. When you jump in the boat with all these other idiots, trust me, when it go down, you going down with the boat, with the ship. So my advice is to men in general. I can't even be mad at the females because they only doing what y'all men allowed. I can't be mad at them. If they could post a 15-second video and at the end of the day walk away with like 15 grand, shit, I ready to go get a BBL right now. Simple, straight up and down. So this is not 100% the women's fault, bro. Men, you play at least out of 100%. I want to say 80% at fault. Yes, man, you're at 80% at fault. The rest is her. She's only capitalizing on the market that you simping for. And I'm gonna leave it like that. Stop simping. Listen, bro. Stop simping. I don't get. Stop simping for coochie, bro. Stop it. Stop. Like I mean, stop simping, bro. Jesus Lord, stop simping. I'm gonna leave it there. Go ahead. Shit, man. Stop simping, bro. Shit.
We're getting in the spirit.
Goofy ass, thirsty ass, desert dwelling ass niggas, bro.
You see how they take the camera off you, man.
Fucking hell.
The spirit, man. You know, the pastor sits down and he's still going.
Yeah, I can wrap up soon, but I just got something else to say. Go ahead, man.
Oh,
Yeah.
you need to give an organ for next week, man. Give an organ. but I understand it's a passionate thing because, like we said before, you know, we sat down and we spoke to young men. But no, it was the year before last day one. That was about 2 years ago.
Yeah, 2 years ago.
When we sat down, we talked to the group of young men, and like the stuff he was saying to them, stuff like this, like blow their mind. Like nobody's saying this kind of stuff to them, and when they see the twerking now, whether it's a girl their age or a girl older, the those things affect you for life, because you start to prioritize that. You
Mm-hmm.
prioritize what you see. So the sexual content that's getting pushed at you all day, that's your priority. And now is no longer just media pushing it at you. Is so imagine now, imagine you in the ninth grade, 10th grade, you look at this girl who you attracted to in your class. She looks nice. She on TikTok in a short pajamas, short pantsuit pajamas with the thing up here and the short pants. And she's doing a dance and twerking and thing.
How,
And
how, 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 how?
right?
Uh,
And you gotta and you have to come and sit next to. We didn't have to go through that.
no.
But I can't imagine what these guys dealing with. So you watching this girl twerk, do whatever she do, to dance or whatever, or back these pictures from behind and stuff. I don't know why women. Somebody tell me why. And I wish we had a lot more women live right now,
Yeah.
because I really want to know why. I just think you'll have to turn around and take your picture from behind. Why is that necessary?
Because they emphasize, on their assets.
So so you want me to look at it then, or you don't want me to look?
Yes.
Because
They want to.
I don't understand. Because if I look at it, it's a problem. So, but you're showing it to me, but you don't want me to look at it. So that's confusing. That's very confusing. But nevertheless, so they see this girl, and then they come back to school the next day, and there's the girl sitting in class in uniform, and it's like, how is that not distracting? How is he supposed to focus on making himself a better young man, a more productive young man in school?
Yes. Yes.
How are you supposed to focus on that? You understand what I'm saying? So if it's one thing, babe, that I'm very grateful to this same lady, Patricia Bazard, for, if there's one thing I'm grateful to her for, is she kept me very grounded. Like, as far as she taught me more about women than my dad did. My dad only said one thing about women. Right? My mom always told me, stay focused. You understand what I'm saying? Get your stuff, get what you need to get in life first, and then you're gonna be able to get any woman you want. Something like the verse to that effect is what she said. My sisters told me the same thing. You know what I mean? Because I used to prioritize the coochie, and one can tell you,
You
coochie is
prioritize the
a
coochie.
priority. And this is without TikTok. This is without twerking, without social media.
Yeah.
So it's only going to be worse right now, because that stuff is coming at you like crazy.
Yeah.
Is the girl who's sitting right next to you in class, or is the girl you see walking down the street? You cannot expect to not get a certain response. You cannot expect to not get the attention, and especially from the same guys that you don't want attention from. Because guess what? That's where you're going to get most of the attention from
Mm-hmm.
the guys you don't want it from. The guys who don't have their emotions in check, the guys who cannot control their sexual desires, the guys who most likely don't have their act together yet because they're busy chasing coochie, the guys who prioritize women so they can be faithful to you anyway. The next twerker will come along. That's who we're going for. Those are the guys you're going to get attention from when you behave like that.
Yeah.
So when you go out and you behave like that and you attract that, and then the dude dog you, what do you expect? He doesn't respect you as nothing more than a piece of ass, because that's what you're showing. And I'm sorry,
Yep.
that's just what it is.
Get what you pay for.
You get what you advertise. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Well, you get the sellers that you advertise for. You advertise for a certain type of buyer, that's what you're going to get. You see what I'm saying? So that's the point of this whole topic. I think we should be focusing more as a people on working rather than twerking. I think that you're gonna. I'm not saying there's not a place and time for twerking. Let's go to the party and let's have fun, and let's do it. Let's go to the party and have fun.
Let's just twerk the night away.
Let's do it. Twerk the night away. And there's other instances that we can't say because this is on YouTube, where twerking is very important, right?
Vital.
And that's most of the time where we have to ask for it now. Hold on, what happened to all that twerking? You understand what I'm saying? Because it's now low, anyway. So I'm saying there's a time and place for everything. Okay? There's a time and place for everything. But let's focus more on, especially with the young people, let's focus more on developing our youth and letting them focus on ventures that will benefit them, empower them, strengthen them, educate them, make them smarter, make them make better decisions, and not focus on being famous on social media for showing their butt.
I want to add one more thing before we check out here.
That's it.
Men, I don't know if you all realize this, right? When you get your shit together, all of these things that you visualize, fantasize about, or prioritize falls in line. It falls in line because now you are the man. When I know you the man, but you are the man. When I say it, like, yo, I got my shit together. You know what I'm saying? When you broke it in a joke, the only thing you could offer is your little pee-pee in your pants, bro. That's all you could offer. And I promise you, there's someone out there that always have more than you. But when you respect self and you have your shit together, all these things fall in line, bro. The women will come. That's a byproduct of your success. Your success will bring women, I guarantee. And I'm gonna leave it there.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, just keep in mind, especially ladies, well, I'll say ladies and gentlemen, it's 2023, gotta keep reminding yourself that if you do not want your booty to drop, what you want to do is call Empire Fitness, ask to speak to Dr. Kemp Design. No matter where you are in the world, he has an app, he has a virtual coach program where
he'll fly you out.
Which side you on? Which side? Where? Put you in timeout.
No simping, bro.
I can put him in timeout. Hold on. Put you in timeout. You in timeout one.
No simping.
Put him in timeout. All right. You hear it now? Okay, good. Yeah. So there's a virtual coaching program you can take there. Whether you have a gym you attend, so you want to contact and see if we can get you out. You don't want your booty, aka butt, to drop. And if you need a new floor for that pole, yeah, I'll be doing TikTok videos with an old scrappy old looking floor. You need it to be nice and fresh. And for that, you want to call Knowles Wood Flooring. All right. So you're seeing the numbers.
I ain't flying nobody out.
You flying some wood in though.
That's it. Hey, you gotta be careful with that word though. I see what you tried to do, right? The kid, he tried it. I'm too sharp for you guys tonight.
Episode 48, ladies and gentlemen. Less twerking, more working. I'm Dyson Knight.
JP Knows with Flooring.
I thought Kemp was on Empire Fitness.
Y'all take care, man.
We'll be on next week where the topic is going to be chair wielding kung fu.
What?
It's the Montgomery Raw edition.
Oh boy.
We'll talk later. See y'all next week.
Peace out. Flying nobody out, bro. Fuck that.